Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Dislife Podcast. I am your host, Mark Valentine, Disney enthusiast, DVC member, annual pass holder, just a guy who loves Disney. I'm here with another future Disney dad and two of my favorite vloggers. As always, I'm so honored that you're joining us here in the Tiki Room studio, where we live our best Disney life. And today we welcome Allison and John Shaver to the Enchanted Tiki Room from Gimme the Magic.
Hi.
John, Allison, welcome, guys. How are you doing today?
Thank you.
Thanks.
So we're gonna talk to John and Allison about it's just the cutest and sweetest and funniest vlog called Gimme the Magic. But we're gonna play a little game. This is kind of like Valentine's Day was this weekend. So I thought, let me have like my favorite Disney couple on here. Not since Lillian and Walt have I been just so enamored by a Disney couple as these two. And I mean that. You guys, you crack me up with the vlogs, and I watch you guys. It's so funny to see the two of you in the vlogs. So I mean that. But we're gonna play a little game, like the Newlywed Game, and we're gonna have it like be a Disney edition. So it's gonna be a really fun episode. And I'd like to make a shout out. So guys, I just started this thing where I've been doing international shout outs. We get data from across the world of like how many downloads the podcast get. I told Piano Rob that we're like 51st in Australia, which was like mind blowing to me. Impressive. So today I'm gonna try start doing something to maybe like push my ratings across the world. So today my shout out is to all of our listeners in Great Britain. We get a few there as well. So to all of you that are listening over in the UK and Great Britain, thank you for joining us at this Dislife. I love you guys wherever you're listening to us from. Thank you for joining the show. And as always, you can head over to www.thisdislifepodcast.com, download all of our episodes. And if you have a chance, I would love it if you could head over to Apple, leave us a rating, a review, a 5-star review if you love the show. And then that helps us push out to more and more fans from across the world. So thank you so much. So Allison and John, I always start the episode with asking people to share like their Disney story and when their Disney life began. So like, when did you guys fall in love with Disney? Like when did it like become a big thing for the two of you?
Well,
do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So my first time at Disney was when I was 9. It was like right before my 10th birthday. But I had grown up watching those old VHS sing-alongs that Disney would send out. And I just remember watching them like over and over and over again. And I had them memorized. And so I went first time when I was 9. We only did Magic Kingdom. We went with some family friends. And then I went again when I was like 15, and we only did Hollywood Studios. And back then, like half the stuff wasn't even at Hollywood Studios. But I've always loved like all the Disney movies, and we're a big musical family. So I would always like sing along and everything.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
My sister, that's kind of like my sister, that we're from Pennsylvania, so we didn't get down all that much. But my sister would watch those sing-along videos, the old VHSs, like ad nauseum.
Yeah, so I went and I found them on YouTube, and I still watch them every once in a while.
Do you still rock them out?
Yeah, I know all the words and everything.
So what about John? Were you like originally a Disney file, or did that come with the?
Actually, growing up, like I always dreamed to eventually one day go. But I would always watch the movies growing up, of course, the classics. And but I actually wasn't able to go to Disney until how long ago was that?
It was 2018.
2018 was my first time going.
Okay.
And yeah, it just sealed the deal for me.
Was it everything that you kind of had built up in your mind?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it like you get to be like a kid. And
which we do.
I mean,
anyway, but it's like accepted there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much that way all the time.
I was just gonna say that's what I love most about you is you're just I love it that you're just like a big kid.
Like no one takes me too seriously just because I like to have fun all the time. So going to Disney is perfect because you just fit right into the crowd.
So, while I say that too, I also I connect with you on a very different level. I was a horrible flyer.
Oh, yes.
I noticed on the vlog that you posted that, Allison, everything that you said was basically like in the drive in that like car segment.
Yeah.
That's what Linda would always say to me. And John, it doesn't help. It never used to help. She'd be like, well, at least we're together. And I'd be like, that does not help me at all.
I'm like, that gives me no comfort at all. I don't want to die.
I know, and it was the control. It was the control thing.
Yeah,
it was totally the control thing.
Control.
The more you do it, the more it got better. Honestly, like that was the only. And you all can text Linda privately and be like, "Listen, how bad was Mark?" Like you were saying, how you get like anxiety and you wouldn't sleep that night.
Yeah,
I would sleep the week of the flight, the whole week. I would be so tired.
I can't sleep at all. I usually wake up very, very early, and but at the same time, I'm excited. I'm excited for it all. So
I would fly only because I knew what was awaiting me at the end was worth it.
Yeah,
and the Xanax and the shot of Jack Daniels didn't hurt either to get on the plane. Because I would be like in a coma. I would be in like a coma flying. People would look at me and I'm like, for those of you who can't see, we're taping this for our new YouTube as well, but I would be glossed over. So the plane could,
look at that poor man.
the plane could have went down at that point and I wouldn't even have known.
It wouldn't matter.
But Allison, I connected with John on that level.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, dude, that was me. That was so me. So I saw from the vlogs that you guys recently made a trip to Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
The vlogs again, they're wonderful. I want to talk about Give Me the Magic, but what was your favorite part of the trip? Because was that your first post-COVID trip or?
Actually,
yeah, well, to Disney. We went in June. We went to Universal.
Yeah, kind of like a mini.
Because we didn't know how things were going to go. At that point, there wasn't any talk of Disney opening back up. Okay. And so we wanted to at least make sure we got down there, went to the parks, some of the parks, and we did Disney Springs and stuff like that.
Okay. And then this last trip, what was your favorite thing? I always have a favorite thing for every trip. Allison can go first. We're chivalrous here. Ladies first.
Yeah.
I think the one day we just went around Disney Springs and tried a bunch of different restaurants that we've never been to.
Okay. Did you have
so much?
I need a hot tip. I don't do Springs all that much. When I talked to Alicia, I told her that I gave up my secret that I don't go to Springs because I see it as a mall. Yeah. And it was my hot take. I got a lot of flack for that one. But I told people, listen, I come from New Jersey, so we're at the Dover Mall all the time. Yeah. So when I go, I want to ride rides and I want to stay in parks. So we will go maybe once or twice if it's like a 12-day trip, but that's it. So what was your favorite? Give me a hot tip because I need to become more of a fan of the Springs.
We went to Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
Okay. I've never been.
Thigh-high chicken biscuits will change your life.
Delicious.
I'm in. So we have our next trip. We have a reservation for Raglan Road, which is the other one that people said.
We went there. We went there on our June trip.
They say you have to go to Raglan Road. So that's going to be our next Disney Springs thing.
Yeah, I got the shepherd's pie, and it was like there were so many flavors. I was eating it, and I didn't have words. I was like, "This is just amazing."
Well, that's another one of the things I love about the vlogs is the food. You guys do a really nice job with all the food. So, John, what was your last trip? What was your favorite thing about the last trip you took?
See, the one thing you have to know about me, Mark, is
what are you going to say?
I forget everything I do. So every time I go, everything just kind of blends together. It's just one big happy experience. So
one trip blends into the next one.
Yeah, but it's almost, it's cool because like every time I go, it's like I'm going for the first time.
It's like Groundhog Day today. So today is Groundhog Day when we're taping.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
It's like just living the same Disney day every single time.
People call it a problem. I call it a blessing. Yeah.
He just has a horrible memory in general. So he'll ask me like the same questions over and over again.
Rides that I really enjoy, I will forget the name, and I'm like, man, what that one ride? And I'll say the name, and Allison just kind of looks at me.
He always talks about Soarin', but he's not talking about Soarin'. Yeah. He's talking about Flight of Passage.
Yeah. So
it never fails how many times I tell him it's Flight of Passage.
John, this could be bad. This could be bad for you in the game then. This could go really bad.
Oh gosh!
Because you might have to ask her for help to be like, "What was the name of that ride?"
Yeah,
you know, like I got to write down my answer, but I can't remember the.
Yeah.
We'll just go with it. It'll be fun. So tell me about the vlog. Tell me about Give Me the Magic.
Well, I'm a big researcher, and when we were first starting to plan our first big Disney trip, I went to YouTube and I just watched tons and tons and tons of videos. And then I made my little spreadsheet and kept all my notes. And so through that, just watching all of like the Disney vloggers, I was like, that would be so much fun for us to do. And even just like vlogging our daily life. John is just a hysterical person. He makes life so interesting. Like I wish we had hidden cameras in our house.
Did you intend for it to be a travel vlog, or did it really just start as kind of like a daily look at the two of you?
We had it mostly with the intent to vlog our trips.
Yeah.
The thing I love about those episodes are great, but some of the non-Disney episodes, they're so funny. The two of you going back and forth, and like I laugh. So we're 42, and I look back and I remember like those awkward moments that Linda would give me the eye roll. Like I was always, again, John, like I felt like I connected with you on a spiritual level. I'm like, yeah, that was me.
Did you watch the one about when he went missing?
I
Our first or second night into our brand new home, first time homeowners, and I'm upstairs getting ready for bed, and I see one of our dogs walking around downstairs with the leash still attached, and I'm calling him. He's nowhere. I'm thinking that he's hiding somewhere to try and scare me. No. And so at that point, I'm starting to panic. Called my parents. They came over. We're driving around town. And the whole time he was in our neighbor's house, just chit-chatting away for like a half an hour.
He's this cool Turkish dude. So I just, went over there. He offered me, I think he offered me a beer, and we just sat down and talked and got to know one another. So,
well, I
didn't tell my wife.
I love the Disney part of it, but you guys are just like, it's really awesome. It's really entertaining. And so thank you for, and it's just fun. Like, thank you for letting us kind of see like your life and sharing your laughter and the love that you guys have for each other is really, really awesome.
Absolutely. And
congratulations, by the way. You guys are going to, congratulations on the baby's on the way.
Yeah.
When is Hallie going to be with us?
Well, my official due date is March 14th, which is Daylight Savings Day. So that's fun.
Okay.
We already won't be tired enough. But I've got a few different health things going on. I've got gestational diabetes and something going on with my thyroid. So I'm thinking that I'll probably go early.
You're ready.
She's measuring pretty big.
Yeah,
she's measuring 5 pounds, 6 ounces. And when I was born, I was only 5 pounds, 13.
So you're ready. Bella was March 15th.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So she's an Ides of March baby. So, but like, it's super, super, super exciting. John, are you ready to be a Disney dad?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was made for this.
Yeah, I love kids, and again, kids love me because I just entertain them.
He's like a kid magnet. Yeah. Everywhere we go, they all flock to him, and it's always John.
Yeah. So,
are you working on your dad humor? Are the dad jokes? Are you firing them up? Because
I try to be. I'm the most funny when I'm not trying to be funny. Like, so I'm trying to get some dad jokes underneath my belt, but I don't really have a lot of people that tell those jokes enough for me. I guess I just have to Google them.
It's a skill. I'm telling. Well, like you have some time.
Yeah.
And Allison, he's got you have the gift. Adult game night. You've got the skill set there, my man.
Yeah.
You are a former champion of adult game night.
Yes. I was so bummed that I missed.
You didn't even get to really defend it.
Set up a baby shower.
Yep. So you really didn't lose the title in as much as you never really had a chance to defend it yet. But I will tell you that Chris, he came in hard off the heels of the victory. Yeah, he got like 3 points that night.
Oh, it's going to be
some competition.
It's going to be on.
I mean, like he was on point. He was on point that night. So when you return to battle and get that title back, it's not going to be easily handed over. I'm just telling you that.
No time. I trained for this.
it's just they sit around. He's tried out jokes. They've got the fill in the blanks going ready.
Yeah,
I love that. So all right. So I was going to say. So speaking of games, what better way to segue into so I created a game. I said a little bit about it when we started the show. I'm a huge fan of game shows. I'm a huge fan of games, as you can obviously tell, whether it's family game night, adult game night. I love it when something turns into a game or a game show. So in the 60s, there was a game called the Newlywed Game. It's still, I think it's still on in some form or fashion, that it's been like recreated and redone. I think it was on Game Show Network. I haven't watched Game Show Network in quite a while, but the way that the game would work is they would have couples that would have to answer questions about their significant other, and they could not see what the other person was going to say. So I thought that, again, Valentine's Day just passed. You two are my favorite Disney couple. I said, what better thing to do than, instead of having like front loaded, usually we ask all of our guests, like, what's your favorite park? What's your favorite this? I said, let's turn it into a Newlywed Game. So how we're going to play is, to those of you that are listening and watching, we're going to set up 5 rounds. So each one of you is going to go and question the other person. We're going to have 5 rounds. Each round is it's going to grow by 10 points. So the first round is worth 10, then second round is 20, then 30, then 40, then 50. If you get the answer, so if John guesses Allison's answer right, whatever that round is, you get the 10 or 20 points, and then the other person gets a chance to go. And then at the end of the game, we're going to see who knows the other person's Disney life better.
Oh,
John, that does not.
I'm not confident, like, at all. Okay.
John's like, Allison, John's conceding already. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah. John, man, I'm rooting for you. We're hanging.
Thank you. I appreciate the
All right. So do you guys understand how the game works?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So here we go. So we're gonna, John, I'm gonna start with you. All right. And then Allison, what I asked you guys to do, just so for fairness, because I don't want the other person to accuse and say, like, that's not your favorite. You could do it obviously away from them, to write it down. If we can't see it on camera, that's fine. It's just really for your partner to say they didn't change their answer and there was no shenanigans. We don't want any shenanigans. We want everything above board, so that they can't say, like, that's not your answer. And then you have to show. And then that way there's no accusations that could be like, well, they changed their answer, or that's what they would never say. If it's written down, that's it. It's written in stone. So John, you go first. Here we are, round 1, the Newlywed Game with Give Me the Magic, John and Allison Shaver. I'm so psyched. I'm like so psyched. I can't wait. All right. So John, your first question, round 1 for John and Allison. So you're writing this answer down. John has to guess this. A little bit of a poker game here. You could stare her down, like do a little bit of a mind meld. What is Allison's favorite park? And then Allison, when you're ready, you just let me know. I'll try to cut out as much of the dead air as I can for the audio-based audience.
Okay.
All right, she's ready. John, what do you think Allison's favorite park is?
Magic Kingdom.
Allison, is it Magic Kingdom?
He got it right.
It's Magic Kingdom, John. Nice job. See, and you thought you were going to do a good job. We started nice and easy. John has 10 points. Starts with 10 points. Allison, here's your chance to get 10 points.
Oh, I'm writing down now.
Yep. Now John's going to write this one down. Okay. So John, who is John's favorite character? Disney character. Who's John's favorite Disney character?
Do you even know your favorite Disney character? Okay, this is what I'm going to write. I feel like you're not going to think of it, but I know what it is.
This is.
Oh, wait, do I write it down?
No, I don't know.
John's going to write it. See, this is where like Allison before we were saying it could be problematic. Like Soren is not necessarily Soren.
I don't know what to write.
What's that guy's name?
You're better than you.
I'm trying to think. This is harder than I thought.
I love it. It's okay. Like, so we for the audio podcast, I always like I edit these moments where I cut out I could cut out like that. You think he's got it? All right, so he's in. Allison, what do you think John just said his favorite Disney character is?
Did you decide?
I have one. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you write it down?
No, but I can say it.
You need to write it down so we don't cheat. Or so you don't.
You hold him put his feet to the fire.
I take games seriously.
I know you guys do too. So when another fun fact about the two of you, when they do adult game night, they play in separate rooms so they can't steal each other's answers. They're very serious. That's why I knew this was going to be a good game because I knew you guys were gonna be in it to win it. All right, so John's ready. He's written down. Allison, what do you think?
I think so. I think so.
I'm going with Max from the Goofy movie.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of him. I don't know.
Who did you write, Olaf?
No.
Who did you write?
Big Hero 6 character. I forgot his name isn't Big Hero 6.
Baymax?
Baymax.
There.
I forgot his name isn't Big Hero 6.
That works.
He's so
See, but that'll work. That'll work. If you forget the name, that will work for us too. So Allison went with Max, but and you know what though? I'm calling a little shenanigans because he's like, yeah, I think it would have been Max.
I know I think. Well, I don't. Because just in case that's a question.
You saw him in the parade one time. He was like,
"Yeah, that's true."
Hi, Goofy. Hi, Max.
So I have a Funko Pop of Max on the way that I actually got two. I got one for myself and I got one for a friend that I'm just going to randomly send. Who Max is like his favorite as well. So I dig the Goofy movie. All right, so John, you're off to an early lead. Although I don't know if it's exactly fair.
No, I don't think that was fair. I cheated her so bad. I feel bad. She's gonna yell at me.
It's okay.
I'll hit him once.
So the score. So the opening round, it's just 10 points. There's a lot of points still out there. So that first round is really not going to determine the winner. Okay. All right. So Allison, you're up first this time. John, again, you're going to write down your answer.
Okay.
So the question is for Allison. So if John could stay at any one of the resorts, which one do you think he would want to stay at? So if John could stay, not that he's stayed there yet. So if John could stay at any one of the Disney resorts, where do you think he would tell you he wants to stay? And again, John, you wouldn't have had to have stayed there already. If it's like a dream place or if it's somewhere that you want to go, that works too. Are you locked in?
Yeah.
He's locked in.
You have to know what my personality.
I love it. He's trying to help.
I feel like I've already failed this.
I
have to know your personality? I feel like
what do I say about myself all the time?
Okay, well, I have an answer that I want to say, but based off of what you're saying, I feel like that's not true.
Go with your heart.
Okay, I would say the Polynesian because he always talks about wanting to go to Hawaii and Fiji, but I feel like
is it the Poly?
I am the cheapest person alive. So
he said
Pop. We've stayed there. The only reason I say that is we've stayed there, and Allison always tells me the resort doesn't really matter that much because we're going to be at the parks all the time. So
that's true.
All right.
That's all I need, babe.
Yeah.
He might be gaming you, Allison. He might be gaming you. All right, John. Can you capitalize on this? What is Allison's favorite quick service? I made this hard on him, Allison. I didn't give him an easy one. He might be solid on table service. So what is Allison's favorite quick service restaurant?
What would be considered a restaurant? Like, could it be like one of those like
not a sit
not sit down? So not sit down. So a place that like a walk up, like whether it's like Casey's Corner or Pico Bills or, Sunshine Station over in Epcot, what's her favorite quick service place to eat? So if she had to pick her favorite quick service place to eat, if you don't know where it is, like if you want to, like to help you out, John, you could say like that Epcot place in, Britain or.
Well, I have something in mind, but I can't remember if it's if it's at Universal or if it's at Disney. No, I think it's definitely at Disney. It's definitely at Disney.
Did you write?
It's definitely at Disney. Makes me
but I don't know if it's considered a quick service restaurant, but I think it would be.
Allison, are you locked in?
Go ahead and answer.
See, the thing I love about this too is like this is how we get some of these favorites out.
Yes.
We'll jog your memory.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I have one in mind, but I feel like I'm forgetting one, like an obvious one. But this is the first one that popped in my head.
That's what you just gotta go with your gut when it comes. There's a reason that it pops up first for this one's hard. I made this one a little bit harder.
Okay.
All right, so she's locked in. John, where do you think she said is her favorite quick service restaurant?
I don't know the name of it, but it's
where is it?
I don't know, but it's where we got those like tortilla things. Not the tortilla things.
Spring rolls.
Spring rolls. Yes. What is that place called?
The Spring Roll Cart.
Yeah, you love those.
I do.
But I have a feeling that's not it. Allison, what did you say?
Okay, well, I said the Yak and Yeti quick service
there because
I had that Korean fried chicken sandwich, and it was life changing. It was so.
That was right. Yeah, that was right in the vlog. I remember that.
I would never have gotten that.
Yeah.
That was just released, and that was the word. She said life changing. So I believe it. We have video proof. I don't have it preloaded, but we have video proof of that answer. So I believe it.
But the problem is that when we go, we like to try a bunch of different stuff every time. So we don't usually like to repeat too much.
Yep. But that's a great strategy too, is we're trying to do that same thing on the resort front. Pop is one of our go-tos for budget, but we want to have, like, it's our mission. We want to stay at every single hotel. So that's kind of been our mission. All right. So John, you're up again. So Allison's writing her answer again. Who would Allison say is her spirit animal? So like what Disney character would she say that's my spirit animal that I identify with the most? Maybe not favorite, but like someone who she feels like gets her.
So what character?
Yep. What Disney character would Allison say is her spirit animal? Allison's thinking. John is thinking. You guys aren't even doing the mind meld. You got to get. There you go.
Gosh, I don't know. Do you have something in mind? What I would say?
I've said like mine is Donald because I identify with him.
I have one. Yeah, I have one in mind.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put this one. I feel like if I had more time, I could really like hone in on somebody that's more exact. But this is who I'm gonna go with. All
right, John. She's locked in.
I would say the girl from Tangled.
Is it Rapunzel?
Rapunzel. Thank you. I knew that name.
See, I can help you. Like I
would say Rapunzel.
Why?
Because Allison's kind of goofy, like she is, and Allison likes to sing. I mean, all Disney.
Good answer.
Pretty much all.
All Disney.
And it's her favorite movie. And it's her favorite movie.
That's true.
Did you say Rapunzel?
I didn't.
Oh,
I don't feel like I really identify with her personality wise. I went with Mulan.
What?
I like it.
She's really stubborn and strong-willed.
That's true. That's Allison.
If I Allison, I would dress like a man and
what?
fight to defend my family's honor.
I love it.
To each his own.
I like how I always say chalk talk is boring. No one likes chalk talk. Everyone loves surprises on radio. Never go with what's expected. All right, Allison, this is your third round. It's worth 30 points. You get this. You could take a commanding lead. John still has 10. John had to eliminate a ride or a show that he doesn't like. Which ride do you think he would get rid of, or show that he would get rid of? So something that he doesn't like.
I don't know the name. I don't know the.
And again, this could be problematic because it may not be Soren. It may be something else.
Well, write down how you would describe it if you don't know the name.
Yeah.
Of it.
Okay.
If you can't remember the name of the ride,
Okay.
I can help you. All right, so you're locked in?
Yeah.
Allison, what do you think he would get rid of? A ride or a show that he doesn't like?
What ride or show?
He's helping. He's
I'm trying
giving
to think of ones that you don't really like or care for.
There was one that, well,
Don't give me a hint.
I might be wrong.
you.
I feel like I'm wrong. Okay. Just guess.
I'm gonna go with dinosaur because you said it was. Oh no! I know what it is.
Go ahead. I'll give you another chance. I'll give
Mission
you
Space.
Mission Space.
Got so sick on it.
I
not what you said,
I
is
didn't
it?
say that. I said drops. I don't like any sort of drop rides.
You said Tower
Like-
of Terror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like any sort of drop rides. And she got me to go on. What was it called?
Tower of Terror.
Yes, thank you. She got me to go on it, and she told me it dropped. She did not tell me it dropped multiple times, and
I would
was
call it more of a light bounce.
I was freaking out so bad.
His eyes were closed the whole entire time.
My butt was like.
I went on it for the first time this year, and I was terrified of it. And then I never thought that I would love it as much as I do. And now my daughter doesn't want to go on it, and I'll ride it solo because I laugh hysterically. I love the sensation of it. Mm-hmm. Dude, I
don't think that's gonna happen. What was he, Asian? There was an Asian man that came in and he was laughing the whole time, oh, we're gonna go for a drop or something. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have my eyes closed the entire time.
That was me. I was the guy that was laughing hysterically, cackling the whole time. And the first time I rode it, I screamed on the first drop. I let out an audible, just a ah! And then after that, I started laughing hysterically. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really fun.
Yeah.
Did you open your eyes at all?
Nope.
But that makes it worse. That also makes it worse. If you
I think it does. And just with it going numerous times, I was just like.
So here's a pro tip. You know how you can see the light that comes in from where the doors would open and close, the high doors? If you actually focus on that and just stare at the light, the going up and down, it does not feel as bad because you have a point of reference. That's what I did the first time that I just looked at the door and I noticed I really wasn't dropping as far as I thought I was. Cause Allison's right. You go up and down. You don't really go. There are scenarios that they do drop you all the way.
Yeah.
Or more or less it takes you up and down. And I love Dwayne will tell you, I love getting pulled up first. That's crazy. That's really crazy. All right. So it's still 10. John is up 10-0. Allison, here's your chance to get it. What is John's favorite mountain? There's 3 to choose from: Space, Thunder, or Splash. What would you say is John's favorite mountain? And he's writing his answer. Space, Thunder Mountain, or Splash Mountain. She's thinking. John's thinking. And there's three great mountains.
That one's really hard.
Is it?
For me.
Favorite mountain.
I don't remember.
I just told you what they were.
Well, I know, but I don't remember.
Space Mountain's over in Tomorrowland. That's the one that's all in the dark. Thunder Mountain is the train or the railroad. And then Splash Mountain is the log flume, where you go on the log and you have the big drop at the end.
Okay. I'm locked in.
He's locked. Allison?
I'm going Big Thunder.
No, I went with Space. What? It's all in the dark. I love the fact that I can't see anything. The first time I went on it, it was scary, but at the same time, I was I wasn't laughing.
Well, the first time we went on it was at the Halloween party, and it was completely in the dark.
Yeah,
totally black. Yeah,
totally blacked out, and I loved it. Then I went on it with your mom and dad.
John, have you done Rock and Roller Coaster?
Yes. Yes.
Did you like Rock and Roller Coaster?
Yes, I love it. I love that.
Okay.
I love that, but I don't like.
He doesn't like drops or anything that goes backwards.
Anything that goes backwards.
Everest gets me a little sick. I still love to go on it, but it makes me a little queasy going backwards that fast.
Yeah, he was mad at me.
Yeah, she tricked
because
me.
I didn't tell him.
On purpose.
He's going up and he's like, wait a minute, there's no.
I didn't want to ride it by myself.
Yeah, where's the rest of the track? Which way are we going?
Well, then this last time we went, I felt really bad because Allison couldn't ride it. So her mom and dad did.
And you sat it out? You sat it out?
I sat it out. I chalked it up to I didn't want to ride it because she wasn't going to ride it. But
you just reminded me too when you were like, yeah, we went on Mission Space with my father-in-law because I wanted to get my father-in-law on it. And you're like, I think I got punished because I got sick.
Yeah.
I got sick.
But it was so funny because he's always like, yeah, I can do it. And we ended up going on it. He was not feeling great.
I can't handle orange. I can't do it. It makes me sick. Sick.
My dad didn't want to go on alien swirling saucers. He was like, it's gonna make me dizzy. It's a choice.
I like alien swirling saucers. They're good. Speaking of alien swirling saucers, so John, here's your round 4 question. It's a 1 of 3, just like she had a 1 of 3 with mountains. You get a 1 of 3. Where would you most likely find Allison if you had to choose between Pandora, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, or Toy Story Land? Which one?
I can answer it right now. She doesn't even have to. I think I know already. Go ahead.
He thinks he's got this.
Yeah. I would say, are you locked in?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Toy Story Land.
Toy Story Land. John. He's got it. So, John, you're up 50. Allison's still trying to get on the board here.
Babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See, the problem is I feel like you don't know yourself.
I don't know myself.
I don't know myself. I love that. I don't know myself. All right. So, John, what is Allison's favorite Disney snack?
Okay. Well, good. Now you have a hard one.
Allison's going to write this one. Allison's got to write this one down.
Oh, okay.
What is her favorite Disney snack? And I feel like you know it already. You might have actually said it already. What would you say is her favorite snack item? And Allison, let us know when you're locked in.
I'm locked in.
He's locked in. John?
Okay, I would say the spring roll cart. That would be considered a snack, right? Or like something sweet. If it's something sweet.
It could be whatever.
It could be whatever.
I would say.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Spring rolls. He's going with spring rolls as his final.
What is it? I feel like I'm going to kick myself.
What would you say? What would you guess second?
Some sort of ice cream.
That raspberry.
Yes, the macaron.
Yeah. The jumbo raspberry macaron.
Biscuit.
I think about that thing every day.
Yep, I didn't even think of that.
Straight out the vlog.
Yep.
The chicken sandwich was life-changing, and the raspberry macaron, which was beautiful, by the way. When I watched that, I was like, oh, I need that macaron.
Oh, yeah.
I need that in my life.
I wish that I would have bought like 10 of them, stuffed them in my bag, and then ate them the rest of the trip.
Allison, you can tie with this, and then you both go home champions because we can make a tie in the interest of romance and Valentine's Day. You can tie, and we'll allow it.
Okay.
I don't know if John will cooperate, but what is John's favorite table service? So, like, John, sit down location to eat at. So, to sit down and eat at Disney, what's your favorite table service?
Think of all of the places we've been.
You may not remember the name of the place. If you can't remember the name of the place,
places,
you could describe it.
I feel like you're not.
I think I have one just because I don't know the name of it.
Describe it.
I'm going to describe it to you. All
right. I believe him.
I'll describe it. I don't remember the name, but do you want me to?
Yes.
No, you got to say your answer first.
Okay. Ohana. And if it's not Ohana,
I would guess
not
Ohana.
Remembering it, and it's Ohana.
I was going to say the place that I wore the Hawaiian shirt to.
Yeah.
That was
Ohana. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I was like, if you don't say that, you're a liar.
I was going to say that was right for the vlog.
It was between that and the Beast Castle.
Be Our Guest.
Yeah, Be Our Guest. And
you chose right.
It's so entertaining, and it's so like you get so kind of caught up with all the detail in the room.
Unlimited meat, shrimp,
Oh my
and
God.
those dumplings.
And of course, you get to see the Beast, which is awesome. So
at Ohana Unlimited, like they just keep bringing food.
Oh yes.
You just can't go. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that.
I was
steak.
So listen, I know that you're both competitive, but you did end with the tie. So it shows that you like everyone's a winner today. It's kind of like a soccer match. We can end in a 1-1 tie, and they'll call time.
You did good. I didn't think I would like that just because of how expensive it was.
What? Uh-huh.
Yes, but I did because the food was delicious. It's so good.
It's really good. It's not open right now too, which breaks my heart.
I know.
Because it's our
the day we get that news update that it's open, I'm gonna have a little tear of joy, whether or not I can make it there.
Well, the Poly's getting renovated, so it's gonna look different. They're like it's gonna be Moana inspired.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
When you go
Allison
back,
hasn't finished that whole movie yet.
You haven't seen Moana?
No. So I've got to say, if I don't like see something when it first comes out, and then it's like really, really hyped up, I feel like it's too cliche, and then there's like too much pressure to watch it.
I understand that. I have a friend who did that with Frozen. She just watched Frozen last year.
Well, she was definitely. I mean, Olaf. He's hysterical.
I know. You got the Olaf shirt, yeah.
Yes.
Shirt.
Well, I have the Olaf shirt. I bought it the last time we went to the.
We got it at the outlet.
Yeah, we won, and I washed it one time. And now it looks like a crop top, almost.
It looks like I wanted to do a Who Wore It Better between Ross from Friends when he's wearing the Frankie Say Relax shirt and then John in his Olaf shirt.
Yes, and
I love it.
Go rocket around the house.
I love it. So it ends in a tie. Everyone is happy. But listen, it was more fun to just sit down and get to know some favorites that way too, and also to learn that John can't remember the names of anything at Disney.
I can't. That's why I love it. That's why every time I go is a new experience.
Disney
I forget about like how sucky sometimes the traveling can be.
Yeah.
So like the whole time leading up to our trip, I get excited. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be awesome. Even traveling is going to be cool. I mean, even the flight. But at the same time, when I get to it, I start freaking out. So, but it's cool.
It's like 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore. Remember how she has amnesia?
Yes.
That's what it's like.
You always call me.
Huh?
You always call me something. What's the name of it? Amelia Bedelia?
Amelia Bedelia?
Yeah, that's what Allison calls me all the time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So guys, thank you for sitting down with me. I love it. For those of you too that are watching, again, check them out. It's at Gimme the Magic on Instagram. Their vlog is over on This Dislife. So it's youtube.com/This Dislife. And they're uploading. So they're putting all their new vlogs up, and then they're kind of giving the rest of us at This Dislife. They're backlogging. Was that what we would call it? Where they're uploading some of the greatest hits, if you will.
Yeah.
Of course, as time permits, because we have 2 new Disney parents on their way. Guys, congratulations again on Hallie.
Thank you so much.
I'm really happy for you guys. I love hanging out with you on family game night, on adult game night. I love the fact that you're a part of our Disney lives. So thank you so much for being a part of the network, but thank you for hanging out with us. And again, I mean it when I say you two are the most adorable couple since Walt and Lillian. I love the way that you guys, I love the joking between the two. I love how sweet and sincere it is.
I'm glad that someone else thinks it's entertaining.
Well, we all do. Like,
yeah.
So Dwayne reached out to me and he said, "Have you ever seen Allison's vlogs?" And I said, "No, I hadn't." And I went and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in love with these vlogs. They make me, John makes me laugh out loud."
Yeah.
So
I'm glad.
We just every once in a while we'll go back and rewatch them and we'll just crack up at ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like watching old home videos.
That's it. So thank you for letting us be a part of your life and give me the magic. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm really excited. Congratulations again. And we'll see you real soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much to everyone who joined us. Again, have a wonderful week. Thank you as always for sitting with us here in the Tiki Room studio and joining us at This Dislife. I hope that the rest of your week is filled with faith, trust, and pixie dust, guys. We'll see you real soon.